Good afternoon and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. I think we're on day 192 of 2024. I'm continuing the story of Aladdin and the Wondrous Lamp. I think we left the story off where Aladdin's mother had come back after having delivered to the Sultan just an immense amount of gold. Delivered by 80 slaves, 40 black and 40 white. The Sultan was so impressed that he immediately had Aladdin's mother return to their home and invited Aladdin to come greet him as his future son-in-law. Mother returned home and gave the beautiful news to Aladdin. Now, one would have thought that maybe Aladdin would have immediately went that way, but instead he called out the genie of the lamp, had the genie prepare a perfumed bath for him, had attendants groom him, and then had the genie dress him in the most beautiful apparel, riding on a beautiful and, exotic white Arabian steed. Aladdin made his way to the Sultan's palace. Now the Sultan greeted him and had him sit by him, and they talked for a while, and the Sultan was very impressed with how polite Aladdin was. He said, let us celebrate your wedding tonight. I'm so excited to have you as my son-in-law. And Aladdin said, no, we cannot do that. I need to build the princess an appropriate place to live. I must build her a palace close to you. The Sultan, he was delighted by this response and said, go then. Build it. And when you are finished, return. So Aladdin went. And once home, he called upon the genie once more and bade the genie build him a palace like none other. There were many, many details to be had, of course. Jewels to be collected, not only for the walls, but to allow the sun to filter through their colors. Workmen worked. The genie worked. And before too long, this palace rose up out of the desert sands, as beautiful as any. In fact, I will tell you ahead of time that once the Sultan saw this palace, he considered it one of the wonders of the world. It was so beautiful. Now, the center hall, as it should be, was the center of silence for the entire palace. In those days, it was known as the Brahmastan. The main entrance faced east. And when you walked into this incredible building, there was in the top portion of the center hall, the center portion of the entire building, a place where the light could come in, a cupola. Now on 12 sides, up high, out of colored jewels and incredible patterns, were places for windows. 11 of these were constructed, but the last one was left unconstructed. Aladdin wished the Sultan himself would finish it, or at least his workers. Once everything was complete, Aladdin returned to the Sultan and let him know that the palace was finished and their wedding could be consummated. Now, the vizier, of course, was claiming that it had to have been by magic that a palace could be built so quickly. especially one where a red carpet had been laid from Aladdin's palace all the way to the Sultan's. After the wedding ceremonies had been performed, Aladdin, the princess, and entourage, led by the Sultan, went to see the new palace. The Sultan was amazed. He'd never seen anything like it, and he asked, of course, about the window, the unfinished window in the main hall. Aladdin said, "Father, I wish you to finish that so that you might have a place to partake in the building of this beautiful building." The Sultan said, "Great. I shall have my workers begin on it tomorrow." After visiting for some time and touring all the rooms, the Sultan returned with his entourage and left Aladdin and the princess to their first joyous night together. And we will leave them there as well.